The second part of this simple stretch routine, we're on the floor for this, and we're going to run through a series of pretty simple stretches that are great to be able to do before any exercise session, any workout. So first of all, we're going to think about the hamstrings. So I'm going to sit on the floor, and the first thing I'm going to do is put the sole of one foot into the inside thigh of my other leg, trying to keep this leg flat on the floor. And if I can, I'm going to try and reach towards my toe. If you can grab your toe, then put your fingers around it and maybe bounce the toe, push the toe away a little bit. If you can't get that far, then just grab onto the shin or maybe the ankle and just feel the stretch in the back of the leg and the hamstring there, pushing the toe away. I'm going to repeat that on the other side. We need to do everything in balance. Same thing, I'm going to bring the sole of this foot into my inner thigh. And again, try and reach down to the toe, trying to keep this leg, the extended leg, as flat on the floor as possible. And if I can, get my fingers onto my toe, I'm going to try and just push my toe away a little bit. Again, if you can't get that far, then grab onto your ankle maybe, or your shin. Just see where you can get to and have a bit of a pulse here. Again, with stretching, we're just finding where we can get to, where our limits are. The next version of this stretch, I'm going to have both of my legs flat on the floor if I can get them there. And I'm going to reach towards my toes with my hands. If I can get my hands onto my toes, great. And this is really quite a challenging stretch. And pushing the toes away. Once again, if you can't get that far, then simply grab onto your ankles or your shins and see where you can stretch to. And the last one in this sitting position, what we're going to do here is bring the soles of the feet together, grab onto the tops of the feet or the tops of your shoes. And what we're also going to try and do is push the elbows onto the inside of the knee and try and kind of butterfly our knees. Push them away a little bit, see if you can push them a bit further into the floor or towards the floor. This is really good for opening the hips, hip flexors, and trying to keep the chest and the head raised here. Have a bit of a pulse, find the limit, see where you can stretch to. And a few more pulses, and then release. So we've worked on our hamstrings a bit. We're going to come onto all fours now, into the tabletop position. So what I'm going to do here is just, I'm looking to position my hands just right underneath my shoulders here, and my knees underneath my hips. And we're going to work through cat-cow, the famous cat-cow stretch. So once we're in position, the way we do cat-cow is to do cow, we drop the belly and look ahead. And the way to do cat is to arch the spine and look down at the knees. And what you'll notice here is that your lower back is flexing a little bit. We want to be very gentle with this, as with all these stretches, just to begin to add a bit of movement into these different parts of the body. But cycle through cat and cow and see where you can get to. Drop the belly for cow and arch the spine for cat. Next thing we're going to do is come up into the press-up position. See if you can hold the press-up position, and if you can, let's see if we can come back into a downward facing dog. So here what I'm doing is I'm pushing my hands into the floor and I'm raising my hips. I can feel the stretch in my back and in the hamstrings at the back of my legs, and I'm just going to pedal my legs here a little bit. This is one of the best stretches we can do. And once we've held downward facing dog, I'm going to come back into press up and drop my knees, untuck my feet, and then I'm in cobra position. And here I'm trying to raise my head, raise my chin, raise my chest up towards the ceiling. Another lovely stretch to do. Let's see if we can go through that one more time. Into press up position and into downward facing dog, lifting the hips, pressing into the floor through the hands. And then back into press up position, drop the knees, untuck the feet, lift the chest and the head, cobra position. And then come back onto the knees. So we've done a few different stretches here. There are many, many more stretches to do, but this is a very, very simple and basic stretch routine based on the floor to follow on from the standing stretches that we did.